welcome back. And in today's video I want to do star trails and show you guys how. Star trails are images like this, and I will show you how. It's really simple. All you need is a camera and a tripod. Okay, as I said, you can do star trails with only a camera and a tripod. So I'm showing you guys this during the day so it's easier to see. And I usually shoot with my Canon camera. So you want the settings to bulb, and you want the f number to be as wide open as possible, and I used ISO 1600. Obviously you want the camera set on manual, and I put it in bulb mode because I am using a extra trigger to do the exposures. Now as you can see, there was a 5-second delay. My exposures were only 15 seconds long. We'll get to the 500 rule when I'm at my computer again. So for that reason, and because I always like to generate an animation of the movement in the sky, I chose 15 seconds. Interval between exposures were 5 seconds, just so the image can be downloaded onto the memory card before the next image is taken. And I usually set 120 images at a time, and then I come out again and reset it. So yes, with just a camera and a tripod you can do star trails. My next segment will be when I'm on the computer. Okay, and we are back and on the computer. Alright, just to recap, the 500 rule is very important, so you don't get star trails if you do single exposures. Because I make an animation, I try to keep the frames as clean as possible. So I shoot at 18mm, and my Canon has a crop sensor of 1.6. So my actual millimeters that I shoot at is 28. If I take the 500 and I divide it by 28, then I get 17 seconds maximum exposure, and that's why I set my camera to 15 seconds. On the camera settings, always set them to manual. Your f number needs to be as low as possible. Manual focus, I use JPEG. Calculate your 500 rule. Your ISO is important, and then do lots of exposures. When I was outside, I forgot to cover where to aim at. So the celestial pole, it's the Southern Cross and the 2 pointer stars, and a 90-degree angle towards the celestial pole. Where those two lines meet, ideally that's where I like to point my camera. Then that is exactly where the circle will be. Okay, I want to show you the program that I use. From my camera I got many exposures. If you page through them quickly, you can see the animation, and each one is a few seconds after the other one. So ideally these are the frames that you want to stack. So the program I use for that is a program called StarStax. I'll leave a link in the description where you can download it for free. It's easy to use. I'll run you through the process just now. Okay, and the program is open. You click there to select your exposures, and I click on the top one all the way to the bottom. That's all my exposures, and you click open. We'll show you the preview of the first image, and you can load dark frames as well. And then you hit the processing. On the right side I use gap filling as my blending mode, and then I save the cumulative image saving as well. I activate that because then it saves the image after each frame has been added to the stack. So that gives another nice animation effect that I will get to. So for now, you select all your light frames and you click start processing, and now you have to wait as the program stacks all the images on top of one another. This takes some time, especially with the data set that I have selected. There's many exposures. I'll pause and resume after the stacking is done. Okay, and I'm back, and the program has finished stacking all the exposures, and this is the final image. On the right hand side, you can play around with some of the settings, and then top left you click on the save icon to save the final image. ZZZ, save. And there's the final image, all the exposures stacked. Okay, the final image. And the next thing I want to show you is Windows Movie Maker, which is also free to download from the Microsoft site. And the reason why I like this program, it's easy to use, and I like to do time lapses. So I take the raw files and I create a time lapse of all the pictures. You can take a bunch of pictures. Oh, this is too many. There we go. You can take all the images, add them together, and then you save it as a video. And then what you end up with is, because I keep to the 500 rule, there's no star trails, and it's a nice animation of the sky passing overhead, all the frames. If you can remember, I selected the cumulative saving function in StarStax, which means that every picture, they save a new image after every step. So you end up with a nice effect. If you put that through the time lapse, you can see the video as it happens, and it saves it as a video, which is kind of nice to do. So yeah, that's Windows Movie Maker. So you can do a time lapse and stitch them together, and then at the end of the video I'll show you the final product, the animation of the sky passing overhead and the animation of this circling of the stars, and then I'll show you the final image. Again, this was an easy tutorial. Anyone can do it with a camera on a tripod, using StarStax, free program, Windows Movie Maker, a free program. Enjoy the final video. See you next time.